Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. We appreciate you taking time out of your very busy schedules to attend today's session, Fleet Management and Corporate Travel, Let's Meet in the Middle. Today's session will be hosted by Cindy Lewis, our Vice President of Regional Sales. My name is Lori Favor, and I will be acting as the moderator. Some quick housekeeping items before we get started. We will be recording today's session, and this recording will be distributed to all attendees this afternoon. We'll also be providing our contact information, so if you would like to schedule a personalized follow-up with our team at a later date, you will have our direct contact. In addition, if you have any questions during the webinar, you can type it into the panel located at the bottom of the GoToWebinar panel, and we'll address those questions at the end of the session. Let's go ahead and begin. The key takeaways and agenda for today's webinar include the following. We will be providing you with an understanding of what virtual credit cards are, evaluating how CSI's virtual card solution for corporate travel might benefit your organization, introduce you to our partnership with Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, and learn how their new solution, Wyndham Direct, might support your program. Fleet management is undergoing rapid growth as fleet and mobility managers look for software and technology that helps reduce fuel and operational costs, mitigate risk, and improve productivity. Additionally, areas where fleet managers consistently encounter problems include management of fuel spend and employee expenses through accurate and reliable data, as well as policy compliance. It is stated that 30% of a fleet use in a given year comes from personal purposes and not business. As we go through this presentation, we will share how virtual cards can ease these pain points while helping to modernize your fleet management program. Within the industry, the four biggest trends predicted for 2020 include greater controls through new technologies and process updates, new and improved ways to recruit and retain employees to make their jobs easier, enhanced awareness of cybersecurity and mitigation of potential risks, as well as fraud elimination, analysis and incorporation of big data to define greater strategies for growth and innovation. These trends, along with the pain points listed above, help set the stage for how CSI's virtual payments combined with our global fleet fuel card program can help make your program more efficient and productive. For those of you already using our global fleet product within your fleet for purposes of fuel and maintenance purchases, we thank you and are grateful for your business. For those of you that aren't using our card program as of yet, please inquire after this webinar for more details on the controls, restrictions, and flexibility our solution can provide you within your organization. We hope that you are able to find the additional value and benefits across our entire product offering. With that being said, I'll now turn it over to Cindy Lewis to share more with you about CSI and the role virtual cards in our fleet managers world.
Thanks, Lori, and again, welcome everyone. We appreciate you joining our webinar today. Fleet managers and travel managers typically have the same goal in mind, which is to get from point A to point B the cheapest way, the quickest way, and with the highest level of optimization. So that's what we're going to focus on today. Before we get into the value proposition, I wanted just to give you an update about our organization. As I know some of you, our current customers, may not be aware, but CSI has been in business for 30 years. We've been issuing virtual cards since 2009. And the reason I bring that up is because it's important to convey that we are extremely well versed in all aspects of virtual payments, which is the focus of our webinar today. We have tens of thousands of happy customers, referenceable clients with names and logos to the right of the screen that you'll likely recognize. CSI was actually purchased by Edenred about 15 months ago, our new parent company, based in France, had the desire to expand their global footprint. So purchased CSI. We operate autonomously, primarily in North America. That allows us to have a global footprint as well. Next slide, please. So what you're going to learn in this webinar today is what is a virtual card, how can it benefit your drivers, travelers, dispatchers, etc., and how you can enhance reconciliation and have complete control over spending. There are many use cases for virtual cards within your organization, whether it's for T&E, accounts payable, or procurement. Virtual cards provide a secure and efficient way of making purchases. Virtual cards play a significant role in every organization and can be utilized in every department. Just consider how virtual cards could be used to support your drivers on the road during their long hauls when they need to book a hotel reservation to break up their drive. That's just one example. But what if payment could easily be on file before those drivers or travelers arrive at a hotel, or be generated immediately upon walking into the hotel, preventing the driver, traveler, etc., from using their personal card and waiting for reimbursement? That's what we're here to solve. So what is a virtual card? A virtual card is a single-use credit card number, just like plastic, but without the plastic. The primary difference being that 16-digit number that you see on the screen is used one time for that single purpose. That would be the virtual card usage for the hotel stay. And after that number has been used one time, it goes away forever. So one of the primary benefits is that this virtual card completely mitigates fraud. It's restricted to the specific merchant category of lodging for hotels. And what that means is that that number can't be used anywhere else at any other time for any other purchase, because you have limited that virtual card to the specific amount for the hotel room and tax. For example, you've limited the specific expiration date, and you've got complete controls over how those virtual cards are used. So what does that mean for you? As we mentioned at the beginning, fleet and mobility managers such as yourselves are constantly looking for ways to reduce operational costs, mitigate risk, and improve productivity. Well, virtual cards provide many benefits, including increased policy compliance, fraud mitigation, and improved security. When the restrictions and controls are applied and effectively used, the benefits are far greater for the company, for sure. Also, these virtual cards eliminate the needs for direct bill. And if you've worked with direct bill at all, you understand that the manual process involved is significant. So our virtual cards eliminate that and provide robust reconciliation. Common use cases for the successful deployment of these virtual cards, or the benefits, apply to supply chain management, logistics, manufacturing, and construction. So this slide depicts the process flow, and this is the automated solution that we can offer that generates the virtual card without any additional work on behalf of the traveler, travel arranger, dispatcher, operations manager, crew chief, or whomever would be making the hotel reservations. We have this enhanced option available through an online solution also if you're interested. So what happens after a virtual card is created? We have a automated fax authorization form that is issued, again, completely automated, and this fax authorization form is sent to the hotel, not once but twice. The fax authorization form tells the hotel exactly what the allowed charges are. You'll notice at the bottom of this form, this particular virtual card is created for room and tax only. This is completely customizable, specific to your corporate travel policy or allowances. There's also an image of the front and the back of the card with the traveler's name on it. We also have our contact information under payment support so that we can act as first line of defense for the hotels if they have any questions about the virtual cards and how to process them. We can further customize this form to include your company's logo. Additionally, we have an optional service that enhances the management of these fax authorization forms. We have a team that does active monitoring. The active monitoring team runs a report every day for travelers arriving tomorrow. And if in fact those virtual cards have not been received or processed by the hotel, our team will call on those reservations. So again, that's an optional service provided on top of the authorization forms and all of the reconciliation. So what happens if your traveler makes a reservation? We've monitored to make sure that everything goes right, and maybe they get to the front desk and there's a new front desk person that is unaware of how to process virtual cards. Well, that's when our mobile app comes into play. So all of the details that were on the fax authorization form that you saw previously, those can be pushed to our mobile application. So that traveler has all the detail available at their fingertips. Should they choose to, should you choose not to have access to the mobile application, we can also push those details to the traveler in an email. Additional functionality within the mobile app is your travelers can get directions and book an Uber. So our overall goal is to make sure that there's no disruption at all for the travelers when they get to the front desk. So we've talked a lot about data and policy compliance, and one of the biggest benefits that our solution provides is just that. This is an image of our cloud-based user interface or our portal, CSI Pay Systems, and this is a one-stop shop for full reconciliation of all of your data. Cool features within the portal is that we can report on up to 48 different fields of data. Lots and lots of reconciliation capabilities, so we can report on the things that are important to you. That could be group name, employee ID, dispatch number, job number, etc. So lots of reconciliation capabilities that will help with enhanced policy compliance and provide you with lots of data. So in partnership with CSI, Wyndham Hotels and Resorts has created a new solution for quick, easy, and secure payment to hotels. So I'd like to introduce Natalie Lewis, Director of Global Operations, and let her tell you and discuss and elaborate on the benefits of her program. So Natalie, take it over.
Thanks, Cindy. Hello, everyone. My name is Natalie Lewis, and as Cindy said, I'm the Director of Global Sales Operations for Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, and thank you all for joining this call during this crazy, unprecedented times. I'm so thrilled to be here and share our fantastic new program in partnership with CSI. So first, I'd like to give you some background. In 2018, Wyndham Hotels and Resorts purchased La Quinta Inns and Suites. And prior to that acquisition, La Quinta had a national direct bill program, and that program was sunset with the integration. So some of you may have been familiar with that old program and used La Quinta because we offered this program. So since then, our clients have had to create local direct bill accounts at each hotel, track down invoices and folio details so that they can reconcile, as well as cut checks to each and every individual hotel. So I'm sure many of you are all cringing right now because you understand the frustrations that the local direct bill process creates. So over the last 2 years, many of our clients who are in
logistics and supply chains that don't really book through a travel management company told us that they want a way for their travelers to be able to use one number, one billing number to book through our website, have their travelers be able to walk into a hotel or even call the call center and make a reservation without having to provide a credit card. So they also don't want their travelers to have to worry about a credit card authorization form to be provided for each stay. So that was some of the pain points, as well as they wanted to easily reconcile all of the hotel folio data and receive one monthly statement and make one monthly payment to the hotel. So instead of chasing down folios and making those individual payments, we have decided to partner with CSI and really have come up with something industry changing together. So it's very, very exciting. So I'm excited to say that with Wyndham Direct, you and your team can experience a completely different way to book, pay for, and reconcile billing with Wyndham Hotels. So what happens is you apply for an application with CSI, and then when you're approved, you're assigned a Wyndham Direct ID number, and this number can be used to book at currently over 900 La Quintas by Wyndham in the United States, and it's coming very soon to an additional 5,000 Wyndham hotels in the United States. And there's no credit card authorization form needed. And you can use this number to book online on our website, over the phone through our call center, or your travelers could just walk into a property. So if they're on the road and they're at their DOT hours and they need to stop, they can provide the Wyndham Direct number, walk into a hotel that accepts Wyndham Direct, and you then are responsible for the payment. So it takes it off the traveler's hands. What happens on the back end is a virtual credit card is pulled into that reservation, and you can go into the CSI portal and see all of that card activity, the charges for the room and tax, and you'll be also able to see all of the folio detail for all of the La Quinta hotels, and then soon those 5,000 more in the CSI portal. So you'll have all of that information, even down to the room number, the room type, the tax breakdown, all of that information, in addition to all the other fields of data that CSI can report on, right at your fingertips to make reconciliation easier. So you don't have to call around hotels and get them to send you folios. You receive that one monthly payment, or receive one monthly statement, and you make one monthly payment. It's really as easy as that. So it's super easy. There's no fees to you, the client, for using this system, and it's just very, very fast and easy to book with Wyndham Hotels and Resorts. So as I mentioned, Wyndham Direct is currently available at 900 La Quintas in North America. It's live now, and it's coming very soon to an additional 5,000 hotels in the U.S. So we'll also be looking at Canada and Mexico very soon. So you can keep your eyes peeled for that. So if you're interested in learning more about Wyndham Direct, please reach out to Cindy Lewis with CSI. And so thank you all for your time. We look forward to welcoming you in a Wyndham hotel very soon. Cindy?
Great, thanks, Natalie. So real quick, what would the next steps be? As Natalie mentioned, the first step for CSI virtual cards with Wyndham or on their own would be for you, the corporation, to complete a credit application. So there would be a financial relationship between your organization and CSI. So you complete a credit application, and then once that credit application has been approved, then we assign a designated account manager to each and every account. That person is responsible for the implementation of the program and the overall success of the partnership. We have just a few easy steps included in our implementation. We do a kickoff call so that we can set up your account customized, specific to your requirements. And we also have full training on the portal, CSI Pay Systems, that you saw a couple slides ago. So the implementation, all the heavy lifting is done by CSI, by your designated account manager, and a person behind the scenes that's responsible for the overall success of the partnership. And in summary, next slide, please. Just wanted to recap what makes our offering different. First of all, we want to bring to your attention that this solution is offered at no cost to you. You're probably asking yourself, how in the world can we do that? Well, CSI, when we got into the travel space for virtual cards, made a conscious decision to differentiate ourselves from our competitors that charge transaction fees. We do not charge transaction fees, and the way that we're able to do that is because we are the issuer and the processor of these virtual cards, and we make our money off the merchant fees. So again, that's one of the biggest differentiators of CSI Virtual Hotel Card Program. We also have the technology, the mobile convenience that allows these virtual cards to be deployed in a completely automated fashion, also sending that fax authorization form directly to the hotel without any extra steps from you. We do have the people behind the scenes, primarily that designated account manager that's responsible for the overall success of the partnership. And we have the active monitoring service that is, again, that optional service as an additional layer to make sure that those virtual payments are being processed properly. So I'd like to thank you all for joining our webinar today. My contact information is available on your screen, and I welcome the opportunity to schedule a call to discuss your individual account needs and the benefits that we can bring to your company. Now I'm going to turn it back over to Lori to facilitate the Q&A.
Thanks, Cindy. Again, if anybody has questions, there is a little section within the control panel where you can type in your questions. Everyone is on mute, so please feel free to type them in. We'll get started. I know we only have a couple of minutes, but we'll get through as many as we can. First question, what is the annual volume needed to qualify for this travel and fleet program?
So there's no minimum volume for our program.
Perfect. What is the cost for implementation?
In addition to the fact that we have a no-cost solution, that's no transaction fees, we also have a no-cost, no fees at all for the implementation. So this solution is offered at no cost to you.
Is there any cost associated with the Wyndham Direct program?
I was going to let Natalie answer that, but no cost.
No cost.
Okay, perfect. Next question. If I already have a fleet account with CSI, do I need to fill out a new application, or can I expand our current line of credit?
The answer to that is it depends on what kind of fleet account that you have. So what I would do is I would invite you to have a conversation. I'd like to have a conversation with you directly to be able to give you the right answer to that question. In some cases, it would be necessary to have an additional credit line, but we need to evaluate that on a case-by-case basis, dependent upon what relationship you have with our fleet group.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
So at this time, I don't see any other questions coming through, but if anybody does come up with anything, you can definitely reach out to us directly, and we'd be happy to help. So I'll throw it back over to you, Cindy, to close things up.
So that's it, and thank you again for your time today. We appreciate your business. For those of you that are clients, for those of you that aren't clients, we hope that we have the opportunity to work with you. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day.